Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. So the governor of California, well, he had a pretty bad day yesterday. For the second time in a row in only about a 1-month period, another one of his absolute favorite gun control laws was found unconstitutional. So he's pretty pissed. Now the thing is, I don't understand why he's so mad. There's a stay on the injunction that started the moment the injunction did. It's going to be headed up to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, and the Ninth Circuit is in bed with the state of California, so everything's looking good for him. But I think he's pissed because he knows that we are going to win in the end. But instead of taking it out on anybody else, who does he decide to take it out on? Well, he decides to go full tilt against Judge Benitez. You are not going to believe what he says about the judge. We've got some tweets, got some responses, so let's talk about it. Hey, real quick, if you're new to the channel or you watch these videos and you haven't yet subscribed, consider subscribing. We're on our final push to 500,000. And with that being said, I want to thank everybody out there for watching these videos. So let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, so let's go and talk about what Newsom said about Judge Benitez. Now, try and keep in mind, Judge Benitez was simply following the law that is written in the Constitution. He was following Supreme Court precedent in Heller and McDonald and in Bruin. He was also following guidance from the Supreme Court when they said you must look at text, history, and tradition. So applying all of those things, he took a look at the arguments in this case and came out with his decision, which is exactly the same decision that he made the very first time he heard Miller. Now, again, he also used that same formula when he came out with his decision in Duncan as well, which made the governor pretty mad that time also. So let me go ahead and read this tweet to you guys real quick, because I think it's honestly, it's bordering on slanderous. Okay, so at 4:44 p.m. on October 19th, 2023, Newsom writes this. Today, a right-wing NRA puppet, Judge Roger Benitez, tried to strip away California's 3-decade-old assault weapons ban, comparing an assault weapon to a knife. An absolute disgrace. This is exactly why America needs a constitutional amendment to enshrine common sense gun safety reforms. Until then, extremist judges will continue to tear down the will of the American people. And real quick, I just want to point out the FPC's response here. You guys could read that for yourself. It's a good one. Okay, so apparently simply just upholding the rule of law and upholding the Constitution makes you a puppet. And in that tweet, he says multiple times that he's an extremist. But what's more extreme? The guy who is upholding the rule of law through the Constitution, right? Upholding our Constitution, which is what you swore to do when you put your hand on that Bible. Or the guy who is trying to actively campaign to have one of our amendments essentially erased and replaced with something that allows for government to intrude on our constitutional rights. So again, I ask you, what's more extreme? The person who's upholding our original founding document, the one that created the country that we're in today, or the person who is just constantly going around trying to change it? So that's what it's like dealing with California politics. If you disagree with what they're doing, if you don't like what they're doing, they're just simply going to throw mud at you and call you names. It's all very, very childish. You know, it doesn't show you that this person right here has a head on their shoulders that allows them reasonable thought. It's that you stop me from doing something, the Constitution stopped me from doing something, and so I'm going to call everybody all sorts of different names and make them look bad like they're puppets until, you know, I can somehow discredit them. And that's kind of what it boils down to. And the sad thing is, it hasn't always been that way in California. Now, unfortunately, it's been that way for a while. So now only, you know, an entire generation, that's all they've ever known in that state. But prior to that, California was booming. That's where people wanted to go. That's where people wanted to be. They wanted to move, the economy, everything else. It was a great place to be. And then it was this slow decline that led to what you're seeing here today. Governors get mad when the Constitution is upheld, which to me is just absolutely ridiculous. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you. Again, I think it's just completely childish, but totally expected. I want to thank you all very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe. You guys have a great day.